Okay, everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to our history class, session number 2 of this year, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
It's the second session for you people, right? And the last session, we discussed about some general things, basically from the chapter 2, nationalism in India. Nationalism in India, right? Yes or no? Hope those things are clear for you people. Okay, so we discussed about what is colonialism and why the British came to India and tried to control our country for nearly 200 years. Okay, and the arrival of Gandhi to India and his famous activity or his protest movement called Satyagraha on the basis of non-violence. Clear? That's kind of things we discussed. So hope that class basically I used to make a relationship with you people there, right? So you want to understand my language, right? Is or no? Huh? I hope the things are clear now. You're able to understand what I'm speaking, right? Yes or no? Are you able to understand the
Yes,
Yes,
things?
sir.
sir.
Right. So today we are starting from our textbook. Okay. So everyone, just sit with your textbook. Just open your textbook, and you have to possess a notebook for social studies. Okay. I mean for history here now. Notebook is a necessary one. Some notes you have to prepare regularly, and you want to submit that the exact day. Okay, the homework will be there. So remember, notebook is a compulsory one for you people. I mean a classwork book. Okay, so please open your textbook, everyone. So you are able to see the screen here. I mean the textbook only, the PDF format of your textbook here. Okay, I will read the textbook. Okay, so this time it is too important for us, very important for us, I can say so. Okay, source based questions are there, clear or not? That kind of questions for social studies is introduced in this year, clear? So in the former years there was no such questions existed in the question paper for social science. I mean what I told, source based question. You got what do you mean by source based questions? What is source based questions? Any idea? What are source based questions? Paragraph. How about paragraph questions, right? Yes or
Sir.
no? Okay, passage questions, right? So we will use a term here. This is called to be source-based question. One source will be there on the question paper. Okay, from the source they'll ask a number of numerous questions. Like there are four sources are there. Four source-based questions are there this year. I mean for 16 marks. 16 marks. Okay, so it is very important. You have to understand the meaning of the terms. Okay, terminology is very much important. Terms are very much important. Okay, skill in language is very much important. So textbook reading, it is a compulsory one for us. Clear? It is the Bible for we people. Clear? The textbook is considering as the Bible, and it is too important for us. Okay, Bible in the sense. Okay, don't think it is a religious one or something like that. Okay, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, or Quran, whatever it is. Okay, it is most important for we people. That's all. Clear? Okay, so back to the textbook. Here it is, nationalism in India. As you have seen, modern nationalism in Europe came to be associated with the formation of nation states. It also meant a change in people's understanding of who they were and what defined their identity and sense of belonging. So, last year, you people studied about the French Revolution and how the French people united. How the French people united. So, we know that the people united on the basis of a common culture, right? A common language, clear. So after the French Revolution in 17th and 18th century, numerous new countries, I mean numerous new nation states emerged in Europe. Numerous nation states emerged in Europe. Okay. The same time, what happened in Asian countries? Okay, new symbols and icons, new songs and ideas, forged new links and redefined the boundaries of communities. In most countries, the making of this new national identity was a long process. How did this consciousness emerge in India? That's what the question. Okay, so let it be. That's maybe error. Okay, so someone's microphone is in on condition. Just please turn off that. Okay, or else everyone will listen what is going on in your home. So please do that. Please conscious, everyone. Turn off your microphones. Okay, so listen. So in Europe, I already told you people. So number of national states emerged. Number of national states emerged there in Europe. Okay, so basically those countries are united on the basis of a common culture, common identity, or even a common language. Common language. So there's begin a consciousness of oneness. Clear. So we know that in India there are numerous states are there. Right? How many states are there? An idea? Is that 30? Is that 29? Is that 28? Any
29.
answers are there? Huh?
29.
It's not clear, not clear. Okay, so question for you. Now, some people say 28, some people are saying 29. Okay, so it's a question for you people. Wanted to find out how many states are there in India and how many union territories are there in India. Let it be. So silly mistakes you make there, okay, because of some changes that occurred last year. Okay, numbers that changed. Just observe and get the information clearly and understand that. Okay, so it's
28.
just a homework for you people. Okay, fine.
28.
Adi Devshang, I got the answer there anyway. You just find it out and clarify that it's 28 or 29.
28
How
states
many
and
are
8
there
union
really? Okay,
territories.
fine. Yeah, union territory is fine. So the question is, find it again, correct it. Okay, so come back. So we know that this many states are there. Okay, so each state have their own identity, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Example related with its culture, related with the language, clear or not? Okay, so each and every state of India have its own a peculiar position in the country, clear or not, a peculiar status in the country. So coming to the state of Kerala, we know that our festivals are different than our other states there. Our dressing style is different than the other states, clear. Food habits, it is different than the other states. So almost all the states are like that only, clear or not? Okay, if you're going to northern side, their food habits are different, their languages are different, their culture is different, clear. Okay, so what makes a common identity for Kerala? It's okay, so anybody is from other states, don't feel anything bad. Okay, so for example, I'm speaking. So Kerala, what is the common identity? What is the common identity? The language is the common identity, right or not? If you're going to somewhere or other state or other countries, if you find a Malayali, you will enjoy like anything, right or not? Huh? Yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no? Of course, yeah, we got a
Yes.
ban. Those are from our neighbor, I mean, our neighborhood, right or not? Okay, so we will feel very happy there. So, like that, numerous countries formed on the basis of this common identity, the common identity that are Germany, Italy, Britain. An example for that. Okay, in this chapter, basically, we are discussing about how Indians united and how the country called India or a national state called India formed or forged or created. Okay, in India, as in Vietnam and many other colonies, the growth of modern nationalism is intimately connected to the anti-colonial movement. So Indian nationalism is related with the anti-colonial movement. What do you mean anti? Wife of uncle, right? Anti?
Again.
Against. Okay, correct. Anti, A-N-T-I, anti-colonial movement. So in India, the national movement started against the British rule or the colonial rule. Clear or not? No other common points are there to unite the people. It is just against the colonial rule in India. Okay. People began discovering their unity in the process of their struggle with colonialism. So, almost all the people in India, basically the farmers, industrial producers, handicraft makers, okay, everyone faced numerous problems due to the British rule. Clear or not? So, what happened there? Almost all the sections of the people, they turned against the British rule in India. Okay, we can term that as anti-colonial movement. Clear? Anti-colonial movement. For example, I can say that the Britishers made a policy. What is that? The policy is nothing but commercialization of agriculture. Okay, so they forced the Indian farmers to cultivate commercially valuable goods. I already told you that, right? Okay, cotton and indigo. So farmers turned against the colonial rule, right? They started selling their finished British cotton clothes in India. So that created a problem for the handloom weavers in India. Handloom weavers in India. They collected numerous taxes from different types of people or different sections of people from India. So almost all the people they faced a lot of problem at the time of the British rule. So they turned against the Britishers. Okay, so that feeling, okay, that feeling of the people that became a national movement, a movement against the Britishers. The sense of being oppressed under the colonialism provided a shared bond that tied many different groups together. So everyone facing the problem. So sometime I will use the present tense here. Don't write any answer in history in present tense, right? Clear or not? Now we are there. That's what I'm using the present tense. Okay. So remember, don't write anything in present tense while writing an answer in history. Clear? The sense of being oppressed under the colonialism provided a shared bond and tied many different groups together. Clear? Okay, so all the farmers facing problem, the handloom weavers facing problem, the industrialists facing problem, the common people also facing problem due to the colonial rule. So they united. They united. So the feeling against the Britishers, that is the common thing here that united the people in India. Okay, to create a nation called today's Republic of India. The Congress under Mahatma Gandhi tried to forge these groups together within one movement, but but the unity did not emerge without conflict. Clear? So India, it's a land of diversity, as we know already, right? India is a land of diversity. Various groups of people are there, various societies are there, numerous religions are there, numerous languages are there. So it is too difficult to combine all these people together to fight against the Britishers. So Gandhi and the national leaders tried to do so. Clear or not? Okay. And they observed a number of conflicts in that creating that unity, number of conflicts to create that unity. Okay, what do you mean conflicts, fights? Clear or not? So we know that we had about numerous fights that related with the name of the religion, name of the culture, or something like that. So Gandhi also faced, or Indian National Congress also faces such kind of problems by uniting people against the Britishers. Okay, in the earlier textbook, you have read about the growth of nationalism in India up to the first decade of 20th century. In this chapter, we will pick up the story from 1920s and study the non-cooperation and the civil disobedience movement. So in this textbook, the most important topics for we people, it is the first one, non-cooperation movement, and the second one, it is civil disobedience movement, Okay, and how different social groups participated in the movement and how nationalism captured the imagination of people. So we are going to discuss about two major movements against the Britishers that organized by Indian National Congress and almost all the different sections of the people in the country. Clear? What are the two movements? What are the two movements?
Non-cooperative movement and
Non
non-discrimination movement.
non-cooperation movement and
Civil obedience.
civil disobedience movement. Okay, so non-cooperation means not cooperating with. Okay, civil disobedience, not accepting the rules and regulations that made by the Britishers. That is the meaning of these two ideas or these two movements there. So back to your textbook, please turn the page. Okay, so you can see a picture here, figure number 1, 6th April 1919, mass procession on the streets became a common feature during the national movement. Procession, mass movement of the people, number of people participated in such kind of movement to protest against the British administration in India, India. So next page. Okay, so we are starting here. The First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation. Okay, so it is starting from 1914, 1918. The First World War, Khilafat movement, 1919, 1920, non-cooperation, 1920, 1921. Okay, clear or not? So related with this year's number of events are there. Clear? That's what I wrote there. So here In the years after 1919, we see the national movement spreading to new areas, incorporating new social groups and developing new modes of struggle. How do we understand these developments? What implication did they have? So after the First World War, okay, First World War ended in the year 1918. So after that, numerous programs started in India against the British government. Okay, so we are going to discuss about one by one, discuss all such movements. First of all, the war created a new economical and political situation. So it's an important question for the examination. What are the new political and economical situation that created by the First World War in India? Write down the question. Write down the question in the textbook or in your notebook or in your notebook. The question is, okay, what are the new economic and political situations? What are the new economic and political situation that created by the First World War in India? That created by the First World War in India. Okay, so answer is here. This is the answer for that particular question. Okay, the political and economical condition that created by First World War on India. Okay, so I am reading that answer. It led to a huge increase in defense expenditure, which was financed by war loans and increasing taxes. So I already told you that British government, they participated in the First World War. All right. Okay, it's a major country. They waged that war. Okay, so they spend a huge amount. Okay, a huge expenditure they faced to participate in that war there. Okay, so that financed by war loans, they borrowed money from different warlords or different countries. So to meet these expenses, what they did in India, they increased the taxes. They increased the taxes. What do you mean taxes? What are taxes in India? What are taxes? Taxes. Hmm? A particular amount of money that what we are paying to the government, right or not? Okay. For what we are paying that money? For the welfare creation of the government. Clear? And it is the income of the government. It is the income of the government, right? The government want to run administration, right? So one share of our income we have to pay back to the government. That is termed as a tax. Clear? So the British government increased the taxes in India. Taxes in India. Not only the taxes, okay, custom duties were raised. Custom duties, okay, duties on, I mean, another type of taxes on imports and exports also increased. Imports and exports also increased. And income tax, a new type of tax introduced. Okay, so the people, those who are earning income, have to pay money to the government. I mean, tax to the government. That's what income tax introduced. Through the war years, prices increased, doubling between 1913 and 1918. Okay, so price of the commodity in the market that doubled between the years 1913 and 1918. The prices of the commodities, goods that using by the common people, it is increased. Okay, next one, leading, so that price increase led to extreme hardship for the common people. So common people cannot adjust with the price hike. Okay, so nowadays we are also facing problem there. If you are asking to your parents, they will say that price of petrol it is increased, so the family budget, okay, got some trouble, right? Or the price of LPG gas that what we are using in our houses, it is increased. Clear? Such kind of things are able to make some mess or some trouble for the common people. Common people, right? Yes or no? You people are not worried about those things, right? Are you guys? Are you guys worried about the price hike of petrol? Huh? So tell me, what is the price of 1 liter petrol that available in Indian market now? In idea?
100 rupees.
Pardon?
100 rupees per liter.
100 rupees? Ah, almost. Not exactly.
70,
It is in India.
91.
70,
70. Okay, so who told that 70?
Emil,
It is 3
91.
months back, I think so. Not 3 months back, 4 months back, I think so. It is 70.
91.
Now it is nearly 91 or something, 91, 93. Okay, in between that range. Today it is 93 something it is. Okay, so let it be. So that's the price of petrol today. Okay, clear? And LPG cylinder, that what we are using in your house. Do you know what is the cost of that one cylinder? That red color one. Do you know that? Okay, ever visited that place called the kitchen in your home?
826 rupees.
Yeah, John Samuel Ibin, right? You are very good. It is almost 826 rupees there. Okay, good. So he turned off. Sorry, he always observing all these things. I think so, right? Yes or no? John Samuel, or your parents helped you to give this answer?
No, sir.
No, you know that. Okay, so it should be a habit for you people. Okay, what is that? Reading newspaper, a newspaper, clear or not? Okay, so just to spend 10 to 15 minutes to read newspaper regularly, not all the newses, but most important newses, that from the first page, first 1 or 2 pages. Okay, and you people will always will read the sports news. Okay, right or not? Yes, let it be. So just understand the things there. So price of the goods are increasing. Definitely, it is able to create problem for the life of the people. Clear? Okay. So petrol and diesel cost increased. So price of goods also increased. Price of goods increased. Consumer durables increased now. Okay. So here price increased, doubling between 1913 and 1918, leading to extreme hardship for the common people. So common people, they are unable to adjust with this price hike. Okay. In a rural, sorry, villages were called upon to supply soldiers and the forced recruitment. It's a new word for you here. It's in a box you can see here. Forced recruitment. What is that? A process by which the colonial state forced people to join in the army. The government insists the people to join in the army without their consent also. They will drag them and make them join in the army. Okay, that's what forced recruitment in rural areas. I mean, the villages. Okay, in rural areas caused widespread anger. So all this attitude of this British government that caused widespread anger against the Britishers. Then in 1918, 1919, and in 1920, 21, crops failed in many parts of India. Okay, a crop failure resulting in acute shortage of food. This was accompanied by an influenza epidemic. So because of this crop failure, food shortage in India, and it is accompanied by, along with that, another problem, an epidemic, an influenza epidemic that is spreading from one person to another. Number of people died in that event. Okay, and that problem. According to the census of 1921, 12 to 13 million people perished as a result of famines and epidemics. Okay, clear. So these are the new political and economical conditions that created by the First World War in India. People hoped that their hardship would end after the war was over, but that did not happen. So people believed that by the end of the war, all this problem will be solved, but that not happened there. At this stage, a new leader appeared and suggested a new mode of struggle. Can anyone tell me who was that new leader?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah, of course, it was Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, and we know that he returned to India in the year 1915. 1915. Okay. So again, Hayedi, Rosebi, John, Anne Mary, Lolita, Vishnu, Savio. The cameras are off. Okay, so that's it. So just read that answer. Just read that answer. Is that okay for you or not? Just read it, everyone. Make it fast. Listen carefully. So, idea of Satyagraha by Mahatma Gandhi. It is an important topic for the examination. So, just write down the question. What is that? What is the idea of Gandhian Satyagraha? Gandhian Satyagraha. Repeating the question. What is the idea of Gandhian Satyagraha? Explain. Explain. So, answer is here. So, Gandhi returned to India from South Africa in the year 1915, and in South Africa he used a novel method that is termed as Satyagraha to fight against the Britishers in South Africa. Okay, as per Gandhi, or Gandhi says that, okay, Satyagraha giving importance for power of truth and need to search for truth. It suggested that if the cause was true and we are fighting against injustice, okay, we don't want to use any physical forces or what we can say, we don't need to take any vengeance, I mean revenge. Okay, you don't want to become aggressive. A satyagrahi always will win the battle by showing the oppressor, that means our enemy, what he is doing is incorrect and injustice, and even enemy also will change. That is the idea of Satyagraha. Okay, and Gandhi believed that this dharma of Satyagraha will unite the people in India against the Britishers. Against the Britishers. Clear? Clear or not? Is this idea clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
the answer for the question. Okay, explain the Gandhian idea of a Satyagraha. Okay, everyone. Two important questions we discussed today. Third one, these questions are map pointing. Okay, this paragraph, number of places are mentioned, and it is important for a map pointing. So next class, okay, you sit with a blank political map of India, blank political map of India. Not only one or two maps, you just keep with you people. Okay, clear or not? And pen pencil is necessary. Okay, so map pointing question. After arriving in India, Mahatma Gandhi successfully organized the Satyagraha movement in various places. So 1915, he came back to India and he organized various Satyagraha programs in different parts of India that started in the year 1916, the first movement, 1917, the second movement, 1918, the third movement. Okay. First of all, in 1916, he traveled to Champaran in Bihar. Underline Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. So Champaran, basically the farmers, they are cultivating indigo, and their wages are very limited, and sometimes they forced to do beggar. Okay, do you know what is this beggar system? What is that? What is beggar system?
Begging.
Uh-huh. Ashik, it is not beggar, it is beggar, B-G-R, only one G is there. So beggar system, just note down, it is termed as forced labor. What is that? Forced labor. Beggar means forced labor. Okay, hereafter, again that word will come. Okay, again we will meet that word. So just understand the meaning of that word, beggar, B-E-G-R, beggar. What is that? Forced labor, forced labor. Then what is forced labor? What is forced labor? We are making someone to do some physical activity without any payment, that is called as the forced labor. So here in Bihar, number of farmers, they forced to cultivate indigo without any payment. So Gandhi visited Bihar to see the problem or observe the problem that faced by the plantation workers in Bihar, and he organized a satyagraha in Champaran, Bihar. So the first satyagraha that organized by Mahatma Gandhi, that was in the year 1916 at Champaran in
Sir,
Bihar.
in my
Clear?
text it is given 1917.
Okay, it is 1916. Okay, that is the correct one. He traveled to Champaran, Bihar to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. Then, next Satyagraha, it's in 1917. 1917. Clear? So, years are 1916, 1917, and 1918. So, please check your textbook properly. The year is 1916. Everyone, please check that.
No, sir.
Champaran
It's 1917.
17, right? Okay, let me check the book and let me inform you. So as per the textbook, it is 1916. In the Chinese are there maybe an error there. Okay, I will inform you later. Okay. So next one in 1917, another satyagraha, that's in the Kedah district of Gujarat. Kedah district of Gujarat. Okay, just underline that Kedah district of Gujarat. Another map pointing question. The second satyagraha that is organized by Mahatma Gandhi, that's in Kedah, Gujarat. That's in the year 1970. Affected by crop failure and plague epidemic, the peasants of Kedah could not pay the revenue. Okay, so he organized the Satyagraha against the government to support the peasants in Kedah. Because of diseases and problems, the farmers failed to pay revenue to the government. Okay, so government made number of trouble for the farmers. So to protect the farmers, Gandhi organized the Satyagraha in Kedah in the year 1917. Okay, so two completed. One is Champaran in Bihar, second one Kedah in Gujarat, and the third one, that is in the year 1918. 1918. Mahatma Gandhi went to Ahmedabad, that also in Gujarat only. So Ahmedabad, Gujarat, to organize a Satyagraha movement among the cotton mill workers. So cotton mill workers Satyagraha in the year 1918, that's in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So we go to three places here, three places. Okay, what are they? Champaran in Bihar, Kedah in Gujarat, and Ahmedabad also in Gujarat. Clear? Clear? Okay, so these three places are important for map pointing. Clear? So just keep this idea with you. Okay, so just read the textbook, everyone. I mean, up to here, I will give you 5 minutes to read it. Just 5 minutes.
Sir, can you
Okay,
say one more time?
Rowlatt Act. Okay, so Rowlatt Act of 1919, or else it is called to be the Indian Act of 1919, Indian Act of 1919, or the Black Act of 1919. 1919. Okay, so what is this Rowlatt Act? Rowlatt Act. Okay, so this act had been hurriedly passed through the Imperial Legislative Council, I mean the British government. Imperial Legislative Council means the British government. Okay. Despite the united opposition of the Indian members, it gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities and allowed the detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Clear? Okay, that is a Rowlatt Act. So it is passed by the Imperial Legislative Council. Okay, in that council, Indian members also are there. Okay, or were there. But Indian members, they told this act is not that good for anyone. So Britishers not accept the words of the Indian members, and they made or created this law. Okay, what is this law? So this Rowlatt Act giving enormous powers, huge powers to the government, I mean the police and the military, to arrest any political activists, clear or not, or any political leaders, and keep them in jail without trial for 2 years. Clear? Understanding or not? Huh? The police or the British police or the military, they are able to arrest any Indian politician and they can keep them in jail without any trial. Okay, without presenting them in front of the court, they are able to keep them in jail for a minimum 2 years. Okay, is that law is a good law? They're good or bad for Indians? Tell me.
Bad.
It is not that good, right? So the British government will get, so they have the power to arrest anyone, means they will use it in a different way and they will utilize that against the Indians, against Indian political leaders. Okay, so everyone reacted against that rule or that law. Okay, here Mahatma Gandhi wanted non-violent civil disobedience against such unjust laws, which would start with a hartal on 6th April. So up to here, that is what you mean by the term Rowlatt Act. I just marked there, right? Up to trial for 2 years. Up to that, the answer is 4. What is Rowlatt Act? What is Rowlatt Act? Now what I am going to read is how Indians reacted against the Rowlatt Act. Clear? Clear? Okay. So Gandhiji wanted to react against the Rowlatt Act by peaceful demonstration. All right. Okay, that started 6th April with a hartal in the year 1919. 6th April 1919, April 6th. Okay, they started a hartal against this Rowlatt Act. Now, what do you mean by hartal? What is hartal? We can
Strike.
relate to that, right? So every week we will celebrate one hartal. Okay, number of political parties are there in Kerala. Any one political party will declare a hartal. All right. That time, what will happen there? All the roads are closed, right or not? Public transportation will not be there. Okay, we can use our private ones. This shops are closed, and we people will enjoy new movies in a home there. All right, that's what hartal for us. Clear or not? If a news of hartal is spread,
Yes, sir.
people will purchase edible items and they will fill their fridge, right? And wait for the day when it is that one hartal, and we'll enjoy that day. All right, let it be. But this introduced by Mahatma Gandhi not for enjoying, but to show our protest. Okay. So what happened in India? So Gandhiji announced the Hartal in the 6th April. Rallies were organized in various cities. Okay. This is how Indians reacted against the Rowlatt Act. Okay, rallies were organized in various cities. You know what is rallies, processions, right? Okay, workers went on strike. Workers went on strike in the railway workshops, and shops were closed. Okay, alarmed by the popular upsurge, popular movement, and scared that lines of communication, such as the railways and the telegraph, would be disrupted. The British administration decided to clamp down on nationalists. Clear or not? So the what happened? How the Indians reacted against the Rowlatt attack there? So the workers went on strike. Rallies were organized. It is started with the Hartal on 6th April of 1919. Railway workshops shops were closed down. Okay. So what happened? So, by hearing the movement, the British government stopped the rail and telegraph activities. All these activities are disrupted. Okay. So, the British administration, the British government decided to stop the nationalist. I mean, clamp down means to stop the nationalist activities. Okay. To stop the national movement. So, what happened here? So, this is the answer for the next question. What are the after effects of this Rowlatt Act? Local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. Okay, local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. Mahatma Gandhi was barred from entering Delhi. Okay, police department gave a warning to Gandhi should not enter into Delhi. On 10th April, the police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession, provoking widespread attack on banks, post offices, and railway stations. Okay, so what happened on 10th April? The British police attacked a peaceful procession, a peaceful rally. Okay, that made people anger against the Britishers, and the banks, post offices, and the railway stations, all maintained by the Britishers, were attacked by the common people. Okay, this much enough for today. Okay, so just read and understand these things there, and I give you some questions there. Write the answer of those questions and send it to my number today itself. Clear? Okay, in your
Yes,
note,
sir.
there are 4 questions or 5 questions are there. Answers also marked in the textbook. Your duty is to write the question in your note and write the answer from the textbook and send that to me today itself. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So you know my number? Do you?
No, sir.
Nobody knows that. Then how will you send it? You told that everyone told that
WhatsApp.
we will send it, but you don't know my number, right? Okay, that's in the group. Find it out. Okay. Okay, or else I will say that. Just note down 8281 8281 25 82 8125 7673 7673. Clear?
Yes,
Repeat,
sir.
repeating 82 81 25 7673. Mention your name and your class. Clear? Okay,
Yes, sir.
guys. Thank you very much. We will meet in the next class. Hope you understood the things what we discussed today, and have a nice day today. So we will meet in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.